ice is safe ice.
No ice is safe ice.
I think one of the things that's the most important of this project is to understand, like, what are the activities in the community that are again, predisposing our children and youth to injury. You know, is it ATV riding? Is it snowmobiling or not wearing a helmet, you know, with ATV? So those findings are helping us to understand how we operate in this community and what are the things that we can do to make this community safer. You know, so I think that's one of the biggest things. And also it's an opportunity for our youth to make presentations to the leadership.
I liked it because we got to spend time with our friends, and I think it's important to do this because other kids could know and they could change some rules around Ahkwesasne.
Once you go to sleep, say that again? Exactly, you're never going to wake up.
It's important because it's a life or death situation. If it's a fire, then you've always got to have a plan to get out of the house.
I think that's, you know, one of the most significant things about this project, because the leadership, they are paying attention and they are listening to our children and youth. We had a couple community walks, and we had a couple of the chiefs from the Mohawk Council and we had a sub chief from the tribe. And, you know, they were very impressed with, you know, what our children were seeing and what they were saying. So they're taking what they're hearing, you know, as a valuable input from a segment of our community.
These voices that are being recorded and they're themselves participating, those are going to be our future leaders. So right now they have their thinking caps on. They're the ones who went in our community. They chose themselves where they thought it was unsafe. So that's a big initiative to take on. So they're going to write the reports. Hopefully they're going to give back feedback to the community, and hopefully we can address it.
It's good to see the kids engaged in what their future could look like, and it was so pleasant to see them noticing the dangers of our community. I think I like to meet with kids and to hear what they're going to say, because they have a whole different perspective of things than we do. You know, we're sitting at a political level where we hear the concerns, but it was nice to actually see it and see their expressions and their thoughts and to engage conversation with them. You know, when we started the first stop today, we were telling them, what do you see? Trying to get them to see. And by the second or third, they were telling us what they saw. We didn't have to reach out and try to get it out of them.
No lifeguards.
No lifeguards, yeah. That's a good.
Seeing the children with their iPads and taking pictures, and I could hear them talking just amongst themselves and talking about what one saw as a safety issue, and then them discussing it. That's what this project is about.
It was a crash. It was near the hero.
We've heard lots from the Voices project in our community. We've learned lots. We've been able to work with the students and the schools and emergency response workers to hear the messaging, to share the messaging, been able to engage with the students. I think it's been a remarkable project that's going on for a number of years. I'm very pleased to be able to continue to support this project and participate where I can. I think that, if there are opportunities for other projects like this, we will be more than happy as a community to support them.
So I think we've learned a lot of things already, and even some things have already been fixed. Like they fixed the dock at the point, and we had an emergency on one of the buses, and one of our students, stepped up to help the bus driver. So we're already seeing recommendations, but we're also seeing some results even before we're done. So it's very exciting. What we're finding is that there are potential strategies, that have been suggested by our youth, like the emergency preparedness. We've had emergencies in the community, and so we're learning that emergency preparedness is very important, and our youth get it.
I think it's important to be prepared for everything like this, because it's so everyone, just like in the name, more prepared, right? That would be reduced deaths. It would be overall better than if no one was prepared.
This is about community change. This is about making a difference for the future of our community and our families, and all of us have a voice, and I think that's probably one of the most exciting things about all of this. And again, this is the only project like this in Canada. And I think the kind of the long-term outcomes of this is that, you know, our children will pass that knowledge on to their children. And, you know, how exciting is that?